What can you ask ChatGPT? When you're brand new to ChatGPT, it can feel overwhelming trying to figure out what exactly you can ask, what you can't ask. But the reality is ChatGPT is super versatile and you can ask it almost anything, within appropriate bounds. So whether you're looking for help with everyday tasks, brainstorming, coming up with plans, diving deep into a topic to learn more about it, ChatGPT can help with that. ChatGPT can also help with content creation, writing, answering basic questions, confirming historical facts, explaining a definition, terminology, wanting to understand a concept better. What is the capital of France? Just as an easy example. And I encourage you, by the way, to follow along with this and ask your own variation of the questions. Okay, so that's a pretty simple one. And now let's ask ChatGPT, can you explain the theory of relativity in simple terms? And here I put in simple terms because I'm trying to learn it. But let's say you have a background in physics or math and you want a more complex explanation. So I'm just going to copy this. So we have a continuous thread in, let's say, in mathematical terms. I am an expert in math. So here we're asking the same question and just asking ChatGPT to frame its answer a little bit differently based on our background. So if you already have background in a certain area, you can ask ChatGPT to explain it to you in more detail so that you get more value out of the explanation. Okay, so here this is a not simple explanation of the theory of relativity. You can also ask ChatGPT for help with creative tasks, brainstorming ideas for a project or initiative, writing stories, poems, even writing an email response for work, or helping craft a social media post. Let's just say, help me write a Facebook post announcing my career transition to being an AI influencer. And now ChatGPT is drafting a Facebook post where I'm announcing my career change. And now what you can do is, go ahead and copy this to Facebook, make tweaks and edits before you hit publish. But let's say, for example, you're not happy with this. You could say, the messaging, too many emojis, sound more professional. Okay, this is a back and forth conversation. It's interactive. We're providing feedback to ChatGPT to go ahead and update its answer and tweak it according to my preferences. So here now it's a much more professional emoji-less post. ChatGPT can also help you generate lots of ideas. Generate blog post ideas about fitness for beginners. Okay. So here are some blog post ideas: ultimate beginner's guide to starting fitness, 5 common mistakes, etc., etc. So it's really fun to just use ChatGPT as kind of a collaborative partner. Almost any task you want to do, if you want to get a second opinion on it, if you want ChatGPT to point out strengths and weaknesses, analyze it, brainstorm ideas, you can ask ChatGPT, just message it here. Now, if you're working on something more technical, such as coding or math, you can also ask ChatGPT to write code, debug code, or explain code. For example, here I'll say, write a Python script that uses beautiful soup to scrape simple web pages. Okay. And obviously, based on your exact use case, you'll probably want to add more information here. But here's a simple Python script that you can go ahead and copy and paste, or you can request additional revisions if this isn't complete. And let's say, for example, you're brand new to programming. Let's say, I've never used Python before. How do I set it up on my computer? So ChatGPT is also super useful for this kind of step-by-step guide. How do I do this on my computer? I've never done it before. How do I set up this app or accomplish this task? Here, ChatGPT is giving us a step-by-step guide to setting up Python on our computer. Another useful area for ChatGPT is planning and organization. So for example, we can ask ChatGPT, suggest meal ideas based on these ingredients. Here it's doing it, a few meal ideas using chicken, broccoli, and rice. And you can also use ChatGPT purely for fun, right? Tell me the 5 funniest jokes about AI. You can have it play text-based games, 20 questions. Oh, it's pretty good. What do you call an AI that creates music? AI keys. Okay. Punchlines. Okay. Punch cards, coding back in the day. So to recap, there are a ton of different ways to use ChatGPT, tons of use cases in both your personal life and work life. And so I would encourage you to just start diving in, start asking anything that comes to mind, give it feedback, to improve its answer, tell it more context about your situation or question or request, give it feedback specifically on what to improve, what to avoid. Most important thing is getting comfortable using ChatGPT and having that back and forth dialogue with it.